Everything happened so fast. One moment you were all together, and the next you were separated. All you remembered was the ground shaking, and that was it. Alright everyone, we need to catch some of those 1A testers. We need to take them out. Your stomach dropped. They were close, and you were the only one that was present. You couldn't find any of your classmates nearby. The mountains were covering your view. It was difficult to see what was useful to use around you to take out the opposing team.
If I can just get to another spot, then I can use my quirk to make a distraction.
But it wasn't going to be easy. You knew that. The footsteps approached closer than before. You had to make a run for it, and you needed to go. Now. Taking a deep breath, you started running in the opposite direction from where the others used to be. It had to be done. In your mind, at least.
Hey! One of them's over there!
Someone yelled as you sprinted as quickly as you could. You looked back, spotting most of the other students from the opposing school running after you.
Fuck!
You groaned as you swung your hand, a sticky substance secreting from your palm. With a flick of both your wrists, the substance splattered across the ground, causing the group of Ketsubutsu students to be stuck in their tracks.
Damn it! Someone melt it down fast!
Shindo yelled, but it was no use. No one was able to move. Shindo's eyes snapped back to your retreating form. You spotted them briefly, before continuing your original plan of finding another place to hide. Suddenly, you felt small tremors underneath your feet. You quickly glanced back, noticing Shindo's hand on the ground as the vibrations grew stronger. The ground gave way, and your body fell, broken pieces of debris and rubble following after you. They were easily breakable when you shot arrows towards them. Hopefully, despite your sticky substance, they were hard enough to actually break through. However, one missed as it flew past. Your body crashed onto the ground before a sharp pain traveled up your leg. You hissed and groaned, turning to find pieces of rubble trapping your leg inside. You attempted to remove this rock. However, where you were positioned and the strength that you had left, it was of no use. It was becoming painful. Your body was already aching, and in your mind, you were sure your leg was probably broken somewhere.
Look what you did, Shindo!
Shindo looked worried, concerned for your well-being. However, this was the provisional license exam. He was determined to win, and in his mind he would apologize to you later. Pushing those thoughts in the back of his mind, he made a run towards you, before something large crashed into him. His body flew backwards, bumping into the rest of his classmates and his team. You turned to look up at the commotion, your smile weak, relieved to see a familiar form stand before you.
Traveler!
Ojiro turned towards you, with worry written all over his face.
Don't worry, you'll be okay.
He quickly reassured before he began moving the rock carefully from your leg. It didn't take much for him to lift the rock that trapped you. However, watching him, you admired his strength and his tenacity in such situations.
Ojiro? Traveler?
Oh, Uraka, we need your help.
You turned towards the voice to find it was Uraraka, who had arrived just in time as well, noticing that Ojiro made his way to pick you up onto your feet. Her eyes widened as she quickly touched onto the rock, making it float up into the air from Ojiro's arms before releasing it a fair distance away.
Are you okay?
She asked. You nodded, with a crooked smile on your face.
I'm fine. I think my leg's fallen asleep, that's all.
Ojiro turned to you with a disappointed look. He didn't buy this explanation. He learnt at least what your tics were when you were lying.
I saw what happened. That guy broke your leg, didn't he?
You didn't respond. Instead, you looked away from both Ojiro's and Uraraka's gaze. You tried to move your leg, but with every pull, you noticed that a slight sting of pain would run up it, causing you to flinch every now and then. Ojiro sighed, and the next thing you knew, which took you by surprise, he pulled you up from the ground, carrying you into his arms.
Ojiro, you don't have to carry me,
you mumbled. He disagreed with a shake of his head.
It's not that I don't have to. I want to.
Your heart skipped a beat, and suddenly you felt butterflies grow in the pit of your stomach. It was strange to see how much he cared, and it made you blush even more.
Look, I know this is a bad time, but I really like you. A lot. I have since we first met,
he said, smiling. Internally, you started to gush. It just felt so forward of him to say such a thing in such a situation. You didn't know how to respond. Ojiro still smiled at you, despite your lack of a response. Before you knew it, you were flying through the air as he continued to make his way to the others, with Uraraka in tow. After the test, those who were injured were treated with medical care, which included you. You were able to continue moving throughout the test along with the help of Ojiro and the others, ultimately and thankfully passing the test. Hobbling out from medical care, you sighed in relief before an arm wrapped around your shoulders, catching you by surprise.
How are you feeling?
Ojiro spoke. You smiled softly up at him.
I'm doing fine. I didn't end up breaking it like I thought I did. Medic said it was just a nerve that just got pinched from the fall. They said I should be walking in a few days, just as long as I get some rest.
I'm glad to hear you're okay. I was getting a little worried for a moment there.
Suddenly, a pair of footsteps caught your attention before you turned to find Shindo. The Ketsubutsu student stood there, his arm rubbing the back of his neck as he looked guilty.
What are you doing here?
I came to apologize for what happened earlier. I didn't mean to hurt you or any one of your classmates. I needed to pass the test and I used actions that weren't right.
He immediately lowered his head, bowing apologetically towards you.
I'm truly sorry, and I hope you can forgive me.
You hobbled over to Shindo with the help of Ojiro, his head still lowered.
I get it. Don't worry, I'm not mad. I understand. I'm just glad that you were able to pass the test along with us. It's really nothing to be worried about.
Shindo's head snapped back to meet your eyes, a smile crossing his lips as he nodded, grabbing your hands happily.
Really? Thank you. I hope you recover soon.
That smile, however, faltered as soon as his eyes met Ojiro's. You noticed Shindo suddenly cower back, slowly letting go of your hands before he started to walk away, a nervous smile now replacing the happy one that was there moments ago. You glanced towards Ojiro, noticing the slight scowl that crossed his brow, watching Shindo as he walked away.
Hey, don't make those scary looking faces, please. I'm fine. That's all that matters.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just seeing you hurt got me so mad. And all I wanted to do was yell at him for it.
Well, think of it this way. If it wasn't for him, you would have never told me that you liked me.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get better, you want to go out on a date?
His forwardness took you by surprise again. You looked away, blushing, but all the while you never noticed how much that made him smile even more.
I like that. Sure.